I want the paper on this because I think it's important. And I want to go through it step by step. The reason why I came to Aaron and Ron, as I mentioned, was because I had a transaction with a very good real estate agent that wasn't the right real estate agent for my customers. Very shortly thereafter, and this is really what we tailored the program around, my wife's grandfather in Winnipeg, and for those of you who saw the right sizing seminar last time I talked about this, my wife's last name is Lutz, so it's Grandpa Lutz. Grandpa Lutz and Grandma Lutz did pretty much what I would consider to be the most impressive and organized downsizing or right sizing of their home. So I'm going to tell you what it entailed. Remember, Grandpa Lutz is in his mid-80s. He itemized everything in the house on an Excel spreadsheet. Pretty impressive. My dad is 20 years younger than that, can't even open up an Excel spreadsheet, let alone create one. Emailed the list of itemized things to his kids and grandkids. And then the kids and grandkids ticked off what they actually wanted. You would be amazed at what your kids want and don't want. Right? You think they want the dining room set because you paid $5,000 for it 20 years ago and it's beautiful. It's made of real wood. You know what my wife wanted? She wanted the little cowbell that was beside the fridge that her grandpa would pick her up and she'd ring when it was supper time. How much is that worth? At a garage sale, maybe 50 cents. Okay? So again, this is that disconnect. Talking to your families is one way that you can really kind of start to move to this next phase and understand, they understand you, you understand them. So he emailed the list to the grandkids and right away he was able to tackle any problems. 2 grandkids want the same thing. How many times have I seen in an estate that kids are fighting over the most ridiculous things? Not money, it's over the painting that was sitting over the fireplace for the last 25 years. Right? You didn't think to put that in the will because it's probably worth $20, but it's worth something to them. So again, it's a matter of he's able to tackle all these conflicts right off the bat, saying, okay, well, you two want this and you two want that, so you'll get this and you'll get that. And then there's no arguments. Then he turned around, he lives in Winnipeg, he shipped everything to the kids and grandkids. Don't necessarily have to do that. A lot of your kids might be local, but in his case, a lot of the antique furniture, stuff that the kids wanted, that we wanted, he shipped it out. He had 2 estate flash garage sales. 2. Then donated the remainder or did garbage with whatever wasn't taken as donations. And then put the house up for sale. So think about all these steps, which actually took about 18 months, I should mark. Then he put the house up for sale. Nice and decluttered, was able to be staged. Talk about Karen in a second. And guess what? 99% of asking price. He moved into a retirement facility, very, very similar to what we see next door. And Grandma Lutz passed away the following year. Okay? And they were very, very happy for the year that they were together in that condo apartment. They loved it. Didn't think that they would because they were big gardeners. They always had a big lot. I can tell you they absolutely loved it. They had new friends. There was stuff to do every day. They each had their own little groups for breakfast and lunch, and they were fixing all the problems of the world. Okay? And I can tell you, having spoken to him recently, after Grandma Lutz passed away, he was even happier that he had done all this in advance, right? Rather than having to do all the decluttering, having to do everything without her to help him, first of all, just make some decisions on a lot of this stuff. But also, because now it made the transition that much easier. He had friends around him all the time. He wasn't alone in the house that they'd had together for 40 years. These are things that you need to consider. That's why we're here at the seminar today. Okay? Most clients end up being forced out of their house. We already talked about do-it-yourself and why I think using a professional for either an investment portfolio or to sell your house is a good idea. Don't wait too long. Move on your own terms. A lot of my clients get forced into moving, usually by health reasons. Most often, cancer. And in some cases, it takes hold very, very quickly. And trust me, the last thing that you want to be doing when you find out that something like that is happening is selling your house and putting that extra stress on yourself. The final point that I'll bring about this right-sizing concept is moving out does not equal giving up. If anything, it's a new stage of life, which, as Tanya mentioned right from the get-go, can have so many more exciting things to it. More travel, more vacation, more freedom. So don't necessarily look at, okay, I'm selling my house. You know, I always looked at it, well, if I can save my house, I'll be okay. Well, you know what? You might be even happier in the next stage of life in something that's right-sized for you. So with that in mind, let's talk about the partners that we have here today. And I'm seriously encouraging you to go around and talk to these people. We've got some prizes over by Ron here that we're going to be raffling off probably around 3:30, so we hope that you stick around. But in the meantime, I want to introduce you to everybody in the room. So we have Karen right over here. Karen is with Center Stage Design, and it's owned by Karen, and it's located in Ancaster, Ontario, and serves the Hamilton, Burlington, and surrounding areas. Karen's desire is to help homeowners secure the equity in their homes, and that's why she's chosen staging as her career path. Karen's goal is to help a property sell faster, which means less stress for the homeowner. So making your house look pretty for sale. That's Karen. You can go over and see her. We also have home inspectors. We have Capstone Property Consultants. We have Stuart with us today. He's a registered professional engineer who has completed thousands of home inspections since joining the profession in 2006. A die-hard do-it-yourself kind of guy, Stuart enjoys helping his clients navigate the sometimes murky waters of buying a home. Being a resident of Burlington and father of 2 boys gives him a unique insight into the area and the needs of families. The one thing that I'll say is, in this case, almost the entire time we've been talking about selling a home as opposed to buying a home. Well, I can tell you that having somebody like Stuart in ahead of time, well before the sale, to come in and tell you if there are any potential issues with the house and getting them fixed before the house even goes on sale, is a very, very impressive thing for somebody who's going to buy your house. In other words, here's the home inspection report. Here's the 3 things that were wrong with the house. We had them fixed. Here's all the receipts. Now you can feel good buying my house. Okay? Great peace of mind there, and no surprises. So I can tell you the one thing that I'm hearing more and more of is a client goes, sells the house, home inspector comes in, finds something wrong, the buyer comes and wants another $5,000, $10,000 for the roof and the stairs and this and that. Okay? So no surprises. Move seniors lovingly. We've got Joan Ulrich right over here. And she's worked there for 6 years, she worked for 6 years in an assisted living long-term care environment. She helped seniors with their moves to assisted living and felt a great sense of satisfaction making transitions easier. As a move management consultant for Move Seniors Lovingly, Joan combines her skills and passions, seniors, logistics, homes, decor, home makeover, and the satisfaction of helping others, brings it all together. Okay? So if you want to go see Joan about a great way to move your house, packs everything up, unpacks everything, puts everything back the way that it was in the old place. Joan does that. And a whole lot more. Right over here, we have a Home Instead. So again, we want it today to be about education and awareness. Let's say you want to stay in your home longer. These next 2 people might be able to help you do that. Okay? So, Mary Pearson is a recruitment and retention coordinator with Home Instead Senior Care. They specialize in home care for seniors, including companionship, home helper, personal care, palliative care, and Alzheimer's care. So, in other words, she will have people come to your house and help you if you want to stay in your home that much longer. So you get information from Mary. And then we've got Lisa. And Lisa is MediChair, and I think probably a lot of you have heard from MediChair. They put all that really neat stuff in your house, like the chair that brings you all the way up the stairs, and help make your home safer if you want to stay in there longer. And an interesting thing that she was mentioning to me beforehand that I didn't know was that a lot of the things that are available to you, whether it be a walker or a scooter, the government will pay the bulk of that, 75%. And so in a lot of cases, if you're putting off decisions like that to get things that might assist you in living a little bit more comfortably, they can help you put those things in place. So go over and see Lisa. And finally, my friends at the back from TD Canada Trust, the standing bankers, as Ron likes to call them. I have my colleague that I mentioned a couple times, Scott Hudson from TD Waterhouse Financial Planning, and he'll help me field any investment questions if you have any. We also have Trish Bryers here, who's with the mobile mortgage sales force. And if you ever have any questions about mortgages or bridge financing or anything along those lines, if you happen to have any existing debt on your current home, you can see Trish. And we also have, from the branch, we have Pauline Williams and Janine Graham. And they have information there that can help you with Plan 60 checking accounts, essentially free checking for seniors. Also, we have information there about our borderless accounts, which will, as you guys know, we have a huge presence down, TD Bank does, huge presence down in the States. So for those of you who like to snowbird or like to travel a lot to the States, they can help you with that kind of stuff, whether it be accounts, visas, et cetera, et cetera. And then finally, a very, very important person at the back of the room, Lima Alvarez. Now, Lima is a lawyer, and she works for the TD Estate and Trust portion of the company. So, any legal questions that you have, whether it be wills, powers of attorney, naming a corporate executor like TD, a lot of you may not know, we are the single largest professional corporate executor in the country. Lima can help you with questions like that. We also offer financial care management, and she can answer questions on that. Basically, if you don't have anybody around that can help you, any kids or anything like that, you need the bank to pay your bills and to basically handle your finances for you, we can do that for you too. She can answer questions on that. And then finally, of course, any just kind of legal questions. I mean, she's not billing by the hour. That doesn't happen very often for a lawyer. So,
I charge cupcakes.
There you go. She charges cupcakes. So all in all, we're going to have some draws in about half an hour. And right now we wanted to kind of, we'll move some chairs in so you can move about, grab some more refreshments if you want.